Hey guys, happy Sunday. What's going on?
Yes, welcome to Opinions. We're here live. And
Yes.
yes,
Welcome to Opinions. I am Ebony Njcole. She is.
Matisah.
Thanks for tuning in. We have a special show today. We have a special. Sorry, let me turn this down. Thanks for tuning in. We have a special guest today joining us in a few minutes. Brandon McFly, he'll be joining us, and we'll be talking about everything that's going on right now with George Floyd, rest in peace, protesting and stuff. But until he comes on, you want to talk a little bit? How was your weekend, E?
My weekend was good. I just, did some things around the house as per usual. I did some exercises, fitness, but it was just like I was glued to the TV with everything that's going on. Like it's just really just so I can't stop thinking about it. Like even when I wake up, like it's on my mind just about like, how it's just like emotional. It's so much, we are in a crisis right now. It's like it went from bad to worse with the pandemic. Now we got another pandemic. And it's just like it's just not it's just really terrible. Hey ladies, Danielle and Shamika.
Hi, Danny girl. Hi, Miss Jackson.
So I mean, that's really like I feel like that's what it's like one thing after another. It's like you have wait, what happened before? I'm getting so like lost with what happened before Floyd. Something else happened. It was like we didn't even get a chance to like mourn,
Right.
Like it's like now we got a whole nother situation on our hands.
Right.
So it's like
I don't know what am I angry? I'm hurting. Super sad. I was just watching on the TV all of the protesters in Manhattan and just the different things that's going on. Kids are down there getting sprayed. Like, I'm in tears. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. I'm for it. No justice, no peace. But it's super sad when you see, people just getting thrown in the street and kids are getting, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with 2020, but I'm praying hard.
I mean, I feel like this is like a repeat. So it's like it's just getting from like bad to worse. It's like it's not getting any better. Like they're not just getting beat. Like it's like, you know, people and men are still women too. Black women and black men are still getting killed out here. It's like it's not getting any better. Like, and that's the sad part about it. It's like we're dealing. This pandemic is new, but this racism and police brutality is not new. So it's just like I don't know. I just feel like we just gotta figure out ways. I think like we gotta like. I think today should be like a research show and kind of just like delving deep into what can we do to make a change? How can we contribute without going out there? I don't want to be a part of the riot, but there's things that we can do to, better the cause and to help the situation, even if it's just, signing a petition and stuff like that. We got to figure out ways how can we like contribute to the betterment of our race and just not even the black race, the human race.
Right. I was just saying it to one of my sisters. I was like, I don't see myself out there, doing the rioting because I'll be scared to death, to be honest with you. But like you said, there's other things we can do, like our platform. You know what I'm saying? Bring awareness to people and just start the conversation on the different things that, we can do to better ourselves so that, other people can see and start doing like changing. Because it's with us as well, the cops, and then we got to start on ourselves. It's both. I think it goes both ways. So I'm hoping that through our platform, we can bring awareness.
I do too. And I just feel like, with the cops, with white people, how it gets down. Like, I just feel like, I mean, we got to do better too, but at the end of the day, we are the minority. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't have the power. We're not like in a position of police officers where we're out there in the streets dealing with the masses. They are. It's like it has to start somewhere. And I think it has to start with them at the end of the day. They're the ones that got to deal with us. They're the ones that got to be out there in the street. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that their behavior is going to, you know, maybe get a better reaction with us. And I just
Right.
think, like, a lot of times, like, these police officers, even with the social pandemic, it's like, I just think a lot of them, like, they always say there's good cops. There's good Black people. There's good minorities. There's good brown people.
Right.
At the end of the day, there's always bad apples. And the myth of, like, you know, police officers always want us to believe, like, oh, there's always good cops, but there's always good Black people too. Like,
exactly.
You know what? There's like millions of us, 30, 40 millions of Blacks in the United States. But at the end of the day, the majority of us Blacks are good Blacks. You know what I'm saying? Are good.
Right.
We're good minorities, the majority of but in any race, in any job, whether it's any job, you're always gonna have bad apples. And it's like, they want us to understand them, and oh, it's not bad cops, but we're not Black. You know, what was Floyd doing out there? What was he doing? Was he considered a bad Black? Was he considered, like, what did he do? That there's proof of. He passed a 20, even if he did, let's say he did pass a fake $20 bill, because this is where this all stemmed from. I remember one time I was in the store one time, and I went to go get I went to go get a soda. And when I went in the store to go get a soda, the cashier gave me a fake, I gave her 20 and she gave me back $10. And it was a fake $10 bill. I did not know. So I went next door to get my eyebrows done. With that $10, that was the only cash that I had.
Right.
With that $10, I gave it to go get my eyebrows done. She finished my eyebrows and everything. And you know what she said? She was like, this is not a real $10 bill. So now I had to go to that store, argue with them, like, y'all just gave me a fake bill. Like, stop playing with me.
Right.
Like, you know what? They didn't want no problem. They didn't even, I was surprised. I thought I was gonna go in there like in a fight, but they gave me a real $10. They took that fake $10 and just gave me, they didn't argue nothing. But I'm just saying, had I been Floyd, you know what I'm saying? Had I been a big Black man, like,
right,
like that,
it would have been totally different.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm a good person. Like, that could have been me. Like, if what Floyd did, even if he did pass a $20 bill, that was in that same predicament where somebody gave me a business gave me a fake bill. So I just feel like, you know what, they label us and then they want us to understand them. Like, you want us to understand there's a lot of good white people, there's a lot of good police officers.
Right.
You good too. What about that? Do we all deserve to get beat and shot up? I don't know.
No, I mean, do you feel like with all of the protesting that they're going to be changing the attorneys, the officials down there? What do you think? And your volume is a little low.
My volume's low. Maybe it's the mic. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it sounds low.
Wait, let me put this. Let me see if this. Can you hear me? You can't hear me?
A little better.
Can you hear me with this on? No?
Now I hear you clear. Yep.
Okay, I got to take it out because I can't. Just one second.
Hi, Tracy. Thank you for joining, guys. Hi, Mom. Even with the pandemic, they treated the Jews as social distancing. That's true, Tracy. Absolutely, I agree.
What did she say? What happened? Even with the pandemic, they treated the Jews social distancing. You know what I think it is? What I'm about to get into, like, as far as like with the Jews, and I just think that's where the problem lies within the Black community. Like, we gotta take notes from the Jewish community.
Yeah.
They have auxiliary cops on deck in the police department. In Brooklyn, you see, I don't know, you probably can't because they wear police jackets too. You would think they're a police officer because they always with the police when it's their community, the community person of the Hasidic community and like the Jewish community, they come out when the police come out. They got their own watch people. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need to do. We got to have our own watchdogs on deck, just like the Jewish community. When the police gets called, I get called because I'm the watchdog for us. And I just think as far as that, and I think the political power that the Jewish community has, I'm sorry, they are a unit.
They are a unit. They stick together. Like,
They sticking together as a unit. Let me tell you something. You do anything within that. One thing you do, you go into the Brooklyn Jewish community on Flatbush and all of those places where they live. Let me tell you something. If a cop comes in there and beat up, like say they beat up a Jewish, Hasidic Jew or something, let me tell you, they're all coming out in droves. And they taking funding away. They taking things away where the police department and a lot of political parties will suffer. And that is where, and you know what I'm saying? If anything goes bad within the Jewish community, the elite Jewish are coming in, they helping out. You're not gonna lose your house if you're a Jewish person. You know what, the rich Jews are gonna, it's gonna trickle down within their community. We don't have that elite to help me if I get sick, if I lose my house. We don't have that elite black person.
We really don't.
Where are they now? Where's the Puffies? Where's the Tyler Perrys? Where are they to speak up for Floyd? And you know what's the funny thing? I was watching CNN with Dom Lemon, and let me tell you something. He was going in last night, very cool and calm. And he was just like, he was calling them out. He was like, I'm tired of the Puffies and everybody texting me and asking me, how's it going? And he said he responds and he'd be like, you know what? Come on the show. Use your platform. Come on my show. Oh, I can't. You know, I'm feeling distraught right now. I can't. And he was like, you letting the young, the kids, the millennials be on the front lines when you have a million followers. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Gucci and Louis and Ciroc and stuff like that, they selling out once they put it on their platform.
Without a question.
They selling out the whole Louis. You know what I'm saying? These Italian people, these French designers, they don't care nothing about us. And it's like, where are you like speaking up and coming out and telling us, you know what, go vote. Let's all vote for this person. Let's all come together. We're not voting for Biden. We voting for whatever. Or we doing this. We're going to vote this person in the community, on a community board, into Congress, into the House. Like, you know what I'm saying? They not coming out where we are a unit together. We are so divided. It's crazy. And that's where another problem lies.
So listen, our guest is about to come on. What's the code? What's the he needs the password. He said.
I sent it to you. There's no that ending.
But he said they asked him for a password.
The ending of that link, it's like a 8. You know, whatever those digits are. The ending of it starts with 8.
That's the password. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's the password.
4422.
Yeah, and Destiny said she saw Don Lemon discussing the same thing. Like it's just messed up. Like how it's
it was
like
word too. It was word. I don't know where I heard it from, but they were like, where are all of the
They at home destroyed while we on the front lines out there in Brooklyn.
This is when we need you the most, like your voice, your platform. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly. Like we need, we need a leader, because Trump ain't a leader for the country, and even if he was a leader, we need our own leader within the black community that's going to look out for us, where we're going to vote as a unit, we're going to take away funding as a unit. And I just feel like a lot of these Puffies and Tyler Perrys and stuff, they have a lot of white money coming in to their camp. So you know what I'm saying? They are not going to come out and they got a fear of losing money. You know what I'm saying? So I just think like we really gotta come together. And as far as the police are concerned, that's a whole nother animal, because they definitely need to do better.
I'm sending him. That was not the password, but I see it now. I see it now. 666.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just.
So for all the chat, everybody that's in, we have our guest coming on, Brandon Chastang AKA McFly. He's going to be joining us. He's an activist. He's a motivational speaker, and he will be talking about his journey just in this world, being a black man going through racism.
Okay, here he goes.
He's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So.
Hello. Hi, Brandon. How you doing?
I don't see him. Here we go.
You might gotta move your thing over, because if you look on YouTube, you can see all of us.
Let me see.
Can y'all see me?
I can definitely see you, and I can hear you loud and clear now.
Hi, Brandon. Oh, I think this is one at a time. What's going on?
You know I'm here, baby.
I see you.
You feel me?
Making major moves. I'm trying to get the split screen. I'm coming.
Don't worry about it.
Okay,
all right, here we go.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Well, I'm doing
Good.
good.
Let me introduce you. This is Brandon, AKA McFly. He is a motivational speaker, a motivator. He's a public figure and a community activist. Let me just say, I knew Brandon years ago. I met him years ago, and I haven't seen him in a minute. But just to see the work that he's doing on his page and all of the things that he's doing for his community is uplifting, encouraging, and inspiring. So I'm glad you took time to join us, and I want you to just open up, share your story, and take us on your journey.
Yeah.
Well, like it was stated, I am Brandon Chastang, AKA McFly. McFly stands for being motivated, comes from loving yourself. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Loud and clear.
Oh, okay. So I felt like, through all the trials and tribulations that I went through growing up as a young black man in an aggressive environment, I'm not the only one that been through this. So it takes courage to not just share your story. It takes courage not to be ashamed of your story. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So at this point, my mother was on drugs, father was on drugs, mentally abused, physically abused. I felt all of that pain. Like I said, I went to aggressive environment, but somehow, some way, I managed to go to Lincoln University.
Yes, alumni. I went there too.
Oh, okay. Shout out to LU, Lincoln Pride.
You would think you went to Lincoln because I was up there every weekend with y'all.
Huh?
I said you would. I went to Lincoln because I was every weekend.
Right. I graduated in 2004, but I got shot I got shot a month later. I was a typical young black man trying to play both sides of the fence. Mm-hmm. It's like, you see so many people doing one thing and you trying to pick a side, but it's hard to pick a side and stay on it. Mm-hmm. You don't have any positive role models in your life because the men that are in my family is no men like that for real. And those who are in my family, they either doing their own thing or they just out the way.
Did his screen freeze? What happened? I think something happened to his screen because it's frozen now.
Hold on, guys.
I got addicted to Percocets.
Okay.
I think his connection, I don't know, was his Wi-Fi or something's going on.
Brandon, if you hear us, I think the Wi-Fi is kind of breaking you up. I think on your side.
I don't know. I think his connection is going in and out.
Yeah. It's still frozen?
Yeah, it's still frozen. And it just went off. Oh, now he's back.
Okay. Hold on, guys.
I think your thing, you got to let me see. I don't know if I can. Oh, okay. Can you, I think your connection or something happened.
Yeah. I don't know where I stopped at. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, you good. The last thing I heard is when you said you was on Percocets. That's the last thing I heard.
So when I got shot, I graduated from Lincoln University May 2004, and I got shot July 4th, 2004. And I never knew anything about pain meds or anything like that. When they prescribed me Percocets, I didn't know what they were. And come to find out, I love that feeling. And not only was I taking Percocets for the physical pain, but I was taking Percocets for the mental pain. And I didn't know that consciously. Subconsciously, that's what I was doing. And
Right.
for 14 years of my life, I was in and out, but I was doing a lot of negative stuff, man. I did a lot of negative stuff, man. And it's like now, oh my God. Yeah, we had.
Okay. We back.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know why I keep jumping in and out. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I went to rehab just to speed it up, just in case something else happened again. I went to rehab January the 21st, 2008.
To rehab.
Huh?
What made you go to rehab? What was it? Did you hit rock bottom?
Yeah, my rock bottom was I was committing suicide. I wasn't. I mean, I realized that coming from my neighborhood, we don't jump off of roofs. We don't put a gun to our head and say it's over, or a knife. It happened, but that's not the norm. I found myself saying, damn, I don't want to wake up. I don't want to go through the pain. I don't want to face the madness. I don't want to wake up and see who can I be a womanizer to? Who can I use? Who can I commit criminal activities with to get my drug of choice? I have done everything to get my drug of choice, but do anything with a man. And when I went to rehab, I realized that it was men out there doing things with other men just to get their drug of choice. And I'm like, damn, I did everything but that.
Right.
So at this point, I don't even want to wake up because that pain it was just unbearable. Like that pain is a flu 10 times worse.
Right.
So, so I was just like, man, listen.
Were you in denial, or did your friends and family know? Were you in denial using the Percocets? Did your family and friends know at this point that you were using?
Yeah, everybody knew, you know what I'm saying? But I come from an area where there was a lot of people taking it. You had functional addicts. And you had people that was just like tore up. See, me, I have an addictive personality. So I needed it every day, all day. Where you had some people that took them just for recreational purposes, right? And they would tell me, yo, you bugging, you wilding. But I'm on a tip like, yo, how can you tell me anything and you're taking them too?
Right.
So I was in denial. And then when I went to rehab January the 21st, 2018, I said, yo, I was in there for a week. I said, damn, you know what? When I come home, it's on. I'm gonna be so transparent. I'm gonna give the world something that nobody has ever seen on social media.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's to share the story. Don't be ashamed of your story. Be ashamed if there's no ending to the story. I would rather people laugh at me for getting help than to laugh at me for not getting help.
So when you did the motivational like speaking and activism and stuff like that, where did that come from? Like, are you doing that as far as like with drugs or like violence? Because I saw you in a march. I'm gonna show the picture, like, and you had like some kind of like sign with a gun. Like, yeah. I was wondering how did that play a part into your
Well, I figured out. So I learned that it's 5 things that really cause for Black men in our community that we need to talk about. So it's gun violence. I was a part of that. Mental health, drug addiction, the rehabilitating the absent father in education. So those are the 5 things that I'm going to always talk about that's involved in our community. So the gun violence, I'm like, damn, I got to touch on that because a lot of people are getting shot because of drugs, whether they're using them, whether they're selling it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whether they want it, like that all plays a part in it.
So what do you think about like what's going, like as far as like what you dealt with as far as recovery, you were in the life of drugs and stuff like that, and what's going on today with the racism and just the Black community and our violence and carrying guns, and we're supposed to be like what do you think plays a part and how do you think we should fix it?
Well, you have to protect the village, right? Huey P. Newton, he studied the law very well. And they stated at one point, you can bear arms, just not loaded guns. So when you cock it and load it, now it's against the law. So my thing is, who's going to protect our women and children when you have somebody coming in here trying to invade our morals and culture? But you just can't put a gun to anybody's hand and say, you know what? Okay, protect our village. So I believe we have to protect ourselves. It just all depends on who we putting guns to, right? So at this, I mean, that's how I feel about it. That's how I feel. I feel like we should protect our village. There's nothing wrong with that.
But when you say protect our village, how? Like when you say protect our village, do we become police officers, or do we, like, you know, have watchdog neighborhood type things?
Well, I mean, well, if you look at any college or any place like that, transportation got their own police officers, right? I don't know in New York, but in Philadelphia, it's called transit police. They got their own police officers. Colleges got their own police officers. It's nothing wrong with policing ourselves. It's about who's policing us, though.
That's so true.
That's the question.
So there's a quote out going around: Black people are in a state of emergency. What's your thoughts on that?
We've been in a state of emergency. We've been in a state of emergency for over 300 years. Yeah. We can't pick and choose when we're in a state of emergency, right? When you got people, they've been looting the racist white people. I'm gonna say racist white people because not all white people are bad, right? Racist white people and racist higher up people have been looting us since we came over here. They took us from a country. They took our culture. They took our women and our children. They took our sexual organs and did what they wanted with them, whether it was a male or female. Yeah. So looting has been going on since since we've been over here. So we've been in a state of emergency. The issue is our mental health has caused us to go against each other, right? It's like, yo, I don't want to work with you because why? I don't know. I don't want to see you up. These are the things that have been embedded in us. So until we get over that curse, we're going to keep continuing having this curse on us.
I don't know if it's that. I feel like it's a lot of people, like it's systemic racism that's dated back. Like, I just think, like, we got to play our part to overcome it, but we got to also change the narrative of what's been happening as far as, like, in our past. Like, we were not seen as being able to live equally amongst white Americans.
Right.
And we still not looked at as equal. And I think even if we better ourselves, that's great. We need to work on that too, but we also need to work on them. Starting with the police and stuff like that. So it's just, my cousin's calling me. He probably knows you from Lincoln because he graduated. And he don't know like that. Yeah. So I just think a lot of it stems from, like you said, like, we got to do a lot of work within ourselves. But I just think a lot of it stems from the white society because they're the ones with the power. Unfortunately, we're the minority. We got to change the majority. Yeah. And I think that does start, like you said, with the minority group of us. And it's just, I don't know. I just feel like it's so unfortunate, like just the predicament that we in after 300 years.
Yeah.
So for the protesters, Brandon, do you think there's a better way that we can protest? I see these videos where it's just crazy. My heart is hurting. Do you think there's a better way for us to go out and protest rather than the violence? Or do you feel like we're at a point where we're fed up, we're hurting, we're tired, and so this is where it comes to? This is what it all boils down to. How do you think? Do you think we're doing the right thing by rioting?
Well, you got to remember, America wasn't built off of love and honesty and, welcome to my country. No, when they came over, they fought everybody. That's what America loves. Americans, Europeans love violence. If you go over to Europe, they with hand-to-hand combat. That's what they do. And then they shake hands and then they get along. So at this point, we are the only race that say no violence. We the only race that say it's a better way. No, it's no better way. The only way you get your respect is with violence. Now, this is the thing when I say violence, though, that word violence can be used in a negative form when we're talking about black people, though, right? When it's the army and the military, they go into different countries and they raping those women and they killing people because of oil and stuff like that. That's not violence. That's war.
Right.
So at this point, we don't go around picking on white people, innocent white people. We don't go around picking on innocent black people. We go to war. We cause violence with those who are causing violence to us. And the sad part about it, about us being a minority, is like, damn, all we got is us, right? If we go to war, we're going to lose it all. But at this point, I mean, what we going to do? Either we go to war or become slaves again.
But here's my take on it. So I have to give my opinion. But I think, like, as far as the rioting and the protesting, like, I just think we can't allow that to distract us. Because at the end of the day, if I'm out there, let's say, for instance, I have a big party in my house or something, and I leave my wallet out, and I invite 1,000 people in. You know what I'm saying? My wallet's probably gonna get stolen. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know these people. So you can't allow one bad apple to ruin the thousands of people. Because at the end of the day, if any protest goes on, whether it's a black protest, white protesters, you're going to have rioters there, somebody looting, somebody breaking open a store. But it's like, why are we focusing on that part of it? Why is the news and the media focusing on that? Why aren't they? I heard a woman call up and say, you know what? They not showing, I'm on the street. She was like, they can't go to Chicago and 32nd Street in Minneapolis, and they can't tell me there's rioting over there. Because she said, you know what? We're a part of the peaceful protest. On that block, we don't see media on there. And we're out there peacefully protesting. But you know what they are focusing on? The rioters, the looters, the people that are a small little piece of that pie of the protesters. Yeah, there's rioters, but that's going to be anywhere. And that's what I'm saying. I just feel like we can't let that distract us from the big picture. And I feel like that is what is going on. Like, yeah, we should be about, sometimes you do gotta use, you gotta get your hands forced. But there's a lot of people out there that's peacefully protesting. Like, why are we not seeing pictures of those people? Where are they?
Well, being peaceful don't get you money. Just like anything.
Yes, it does. I disagree with that, because if we're peaceful, the Jewish people, they're peaceful. And you know what? They got a say in things. They basically out there, like, taking away funding, like voting together as a community. What I mean, okay, so I should have said it a little bit better than that, because you're right. What I mean by being peaceful, I'm talking about being peaceful for this particular situation. Doesn't get you. You got to remember, any news station, it's about money at this point. So the news stations, everybody's watching the news. Everybody's watching social media. The more people and the more viewers you get, the more money you get, and the more people that want to jump in and be like, yo, let me put something on your platform so we can all start making money. So, yeah, a lot of people don't want to think that deep about it, but that's the truth. Why would I sit up there and watch peaceful people saying, not causing no issues, where I can show you a bunch of people causing riots and to manipulate the minds and make money off of it? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you're right. You have people that are peaceful, but you have people that are like, yo, I'm done. You got people that's praying too, but have a prayer. Did the prayer work? Has it been working? It doesn't, but let's just say we do get violent. We loot and we kill a cop let's say we take it to the streets, he dies or he goes to jail. Like, is that really going to fix years and years of oppression? Like, what are we going to do as a community?
As a community,
even if we do become violent, like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like violence doesn't answer it, because I think we do need to take it to the street with that cop. I do think he needs to be handled. I'm definitely down with the street way. But after that, what is the plan? Well, after we get violent.
Well, no. Again, so we're not getting violent. You guys here?
Yeah, I am.
We just don't see you moving or anything. Like, it's frozen.
Yeah, right. And I'm checking my say strong signal. All right. So, yeah, I don't see you guys moving either, but I see you guys now. So again, it's not about violence. When humanity, you can't make humanitarians be violent, because their whole thing is about humanity, right? So what happens is, even a sheep is going to kick back when you oppress it. You could get the softest animal, they're going to kick back. At this point, the only thing that they feel like they can do to get their voices heard is cause damage in the rich communities. That's what humanitarians do. It's like, oh, word, you're not hearing us peacefully. So the only way you're going to hear us is cause trouble. Now, when the trouble's not working, what's next? We have tried everything. The Black Panthers were the best way. Don't bring religion in it. Don't involve religion. That's the only way we're going to come together. When you bring religion in it, then that's what's going to separate us. I can assure you of that. The Black Panthers, to me, were the only organization that wasn't brought together with religion. I feel like the FOIs can do it, but people ain't following the religion part.
But then what happens after? Okay, so after, like, say, like what you're saying, like after we get them to notice, because I do think our looting and what we're doing now is rushing things along. Like as far as like arresting that cop, the one cop out of the 4, like arresting that one. And I do think we made that happen as a group. But then it's like, what do we do after this? Like after we looting, after we violent, after we have whatever we got to do. What do we do after to keep it in place and to let this be the momentum to get overcome the oppression? Like I just think like there needs to be another plan beside like the looting after this. We need to do something.
Well, that's what we need. This is why we need a leader. We need to stop depending on politicians to be our leader.
Exactly.
And we need to find a leader. Black people, is so rough for Black people to say, as a Black person, I'm gonna believe in this Black person unless they have a political title behind them or they play basketball or rap or something like that. Other than that, it's hard for them to say, you know what, I believe in you. I believe in McFly. Let him be the leader. We need somebody. We need something with a state or with a, I don't know. We just got to have a political leader.
I was saying the same thing.
That. Yeah.
I said the same thing before you came on. I was like, we need a leader.
My question is, they're saying that there's no good cops until you get rid of the bad cops. I have a lot of cops, that are friends of mine. And it's just unfortunate that the cops are getting a bad rap. All good, bad. What do you feel about the quote, there are no good cops until we get rid of the bad cops?
I can't hear you, E.
Quote going around, there are no good cops until we get rid of the bad ones. Saying that I have a lot of friends that are cops. Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate that, I think every cop right now is getting the bad stick of, you know what I'm saying? So what do you feel about the cops that are suffering right now? Do we, you know what I'm saying? I just feel bad for the good cops out there.
I do too. And that's a great question. I do too, because I'm one of the ones people don't understand. Well, people do understand in Philly. I'm one of the ones that are helping the cops bridge the gap with the community.
Right.
I've been on CNN with the cops in my community. I have good relationships, so on and so forth. The problem is this, though. Even with good cops, when a police officer dies in the line of duty,
right,
all the good cops talking about this police officer.
Right.
But when you see when a good cop notice a bad police officer killing innocent Black men and some Black women, they not saying nothing. So as a great cop, if I could defend you on my platform, why are you not defending those innocent people?
I agree.
That's what, and this is what makes people say it ain't no good cops, because you don't see good cops talking about it.
Right.
I do. I agree with that. But like one of my close friends, she's a cop, so I listen to one. What'd you say, Ebony?
No, that's why I appreciate some of the cops that are online on our social medias. They're talking out now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that we're seeing more of the good cops talking up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Awareness that they are good cops out there. You know what I'm saying? And that they're standing with us.
And Omar is asking Ebony, do your good cop friends speak against the bad cops? And my answer to that is, like, one of my close friends that I've been knowing for almost 20 years, like, I speak to her, and a lot of times I just listen. I don't even, I'm never arguing with her about good cops, bad cops. I just take it all in, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to be able to change the NYPD through my one friend. But I know she's one of the good cops. And she always tells me she's seen things done on her watch. You know what I'm saying? As a sergeant.
Have she said anything?
That's what I was getting to. Absolutely. She'll say, like, if she saw a guy like what she was saying to me yesterday, she was like, has she been that Asian cop? she would have absolutely been like, because she said she's been in that situation, but she was like, yo,
Right.
chill. Or if she doesn't say chill, you know what she'll do? Or all the other cops will be like, they go back to the precinct and they'll speak to the commanding chief and be like, listen, this guy's gonna get me jammed the F up. Like, I need him taken up out of here. You need to handle this guy and do something with him. And she told me out of her own mouth, you may not see them speaking out against it, but within the good cops, within, you know, because at the end of the day, it's just like with those 3 other cops or 4 other cops, they might have been rookies. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you follow behind your leader or whoever has the seniority. So a lot of times,
heart, I don't care if you're a rookie. I don't care if you just started yesterday. If you have a heart, you don't say something. If I see a police officer with his knee and I was on the job with you and I see your knee, I'm like, yo, whoa, he ain't breathing. Like, easy, chill.
That's what I'm saying. I do believe that. But a lot of times when you're like, it's just like if you're a new school person and everybody else is together and you're like the new student or something like that, a lot of times you might be afraid. Like, I don't know if I'm in that situation. Like, I know I'm an outspoken person, but if I'm new and this is my, you know, first month and I'm working with somebody who has 30 years on the job, I don't know. Like, I don't know, like, would I be intimidated? I don't know. So I just think a lot of times they may not speak up as far as, like, maybe it's not going to lead to a killing, but say if I'm that cop, I may go back, like my girlfriend was saying, I may go back and be like, listen, this guy's going to get me jammed up. You know what I mean? So what I got to do is I need you to do something with him because I don't want to work with him because at the end of the day, he may get me fired. So do something with this guy. I'm putting you on notice to do something with him, but they don't got to be out on the front lines with picket signs. A lot of these good cops are behind the scenes because you know what? It affects their job. Like the rest of these cops out there, it's going to be a whole overturn. Like, look at, besides these 4 cops that got messed up, there's other cops who's just in Brooklyn. They may not even be in Minneapolis. They're in Brooklyn and they suffering the consequences. Who knows where this is going to end? A cop may get killed. Like, pedestrians may get killed. Innocent people may get killed, but at the end of the day, it starts somewhere where we need, like, it's a trickle down effect is what I'm saying. So it's like, even if they're bad cops, you know, the good cops say something about the bad cops, like, there are cops because they don't want to be affected by it because they are going to be affected, the good cops. So a lot of them do have to speak up.
You gotta say something though. Like I don't listen. As a teacher, I'm not allowing another teacher. So we would let white teachers yell, all of that, because we get it. But when we know that you're racist, we're saying something. Like, come on, man. Like, it's really, I'm one of the people, I got damn near 80,000 followers. I'll get on there and speak up for the good cops that I know. And I get the backlash. So again, you're a police officer. You know you're working with racist white. You know you're working with racist white police officers. And this is where the plot thickens. They have the authority to do whatever they want. That's what makes it bad. It's not like a regular tech person working on computers being racist. No, you could go out there and say, no, he had a gun. I'm locking his ass up because you're racist. That's what's making it bad here. Like, you gotta.
Omar said in our chat room, he said it doesn't matter if she says, it matters if she makes the complaint, the formal complaint. You can say it, but if she don't put that formal complaint, she's just as guilty as her coworker.
I agree.
Okay, but when you put in, but when I don't know what the process is about making formal complaints, putting it on paper or going back or whatever. Like at the end of the day, like, it is a society where they within each other, and you don't know what the inner workings are. Like, I don't know what it stemmed from as far as, like, I know what she told me. I don't know if it was written down on paper or why they transferred him out. They transferred him. I don't know if they got fired, but let's say she did work along somebody and she saw something and the person didn't get killed. But, you know, a cop like that, like, it doesn't start out with them killing somebody. It starts out with them beating somebody, punching somebody in the face, you know, for no reason. So it starts somewhere. So let's just say she's on duty and she sees somebody get punched in the face and she speaks to the officer about it. Obviously, if he gets transferred out, they have to do something. They got to put it on paper. They got to do something. They can't. You're not going to just say, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what, like I said, I don't know the inner workings of it, but
not just. No, I'm sorry, not to cut your wisdom, but this is not your girlfriend. This is for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, this ain't about you. This ain't about her. It's about police officers all around the world. Like, I mean, the nation.
No, but I'm saying I think a lot of cops are bad cops as far as like what you're saying, as far as a lot of them are not speaking up and they do let things go under, slide under the radar and stuff like that. But there are those cops that we may not know about that may speak up about it, but they do it like, you know what, they're not going to be on the platform putting their job at risk, and they might have 20 plus years on the job. Am I going to like suffer and lose my pension and speak out about it, or am I going to speak on internally about it? And
right.
I think a lot of them are, I do think a lot of them are speaking internally about it.
Right. But see,
the good cops.
That's the thing. Like your life, it's like a doctor. Doctors, lawyers, police officers, and even teachers. Your life is in everybody's. It is on all four of those professions' hands.
Right.
So we don't have time for you to be playing these games, man.
Yeah.
I'm not going to allow a bunch of kids be taught by a racist white person, knowing damn well he only here to get a check, and it ain't even doing nothing. I'm not going to let a racist doctor say, well, I can fix this white person, but I'm not going to fix this black person. I'm going to let this black person die. No, man. No. That shit hurts me, man. It hurts.
I just think as far as like with the police are concerned, like I do think a lot of the problems, it doesn't lie with them, because I feel like even to become a police officer, I graduated from John Jay College of Criminal Justice.
Right.
So while I was in college, all you needed was a high school diploma to become a police officer. I took all the tests because my whole objective when I was young was I want to be able to stop working after 20 years. So I took every police test there was. But at that time, while I was in college, all you needed was a high school diploma.
High school diploma. Yeah.
Then after a year or two, when I was in college, then you needed 60 credits.
Right.
2 years worth of school. But it's like, why is it that in order for me I have a psychology degree, a forensic psychology degree. So why is it in order for me to practice in psychology, sociology, to become a doctor, why do I need all kind of degrees and all kind of stuff to deal with people mentally disabled, to deal with drug abusers? If I want to become a drug counselor, I need a master's degree and a PhD. But to become a police officer, all I need is 60 credits?
That's
right. Facts.
60 credits?
Facts.
So these police officers are coming from suburban communities with no degree, with no experience,
with no psychological testing or anything.
And we throwing them in the ghetto to say, you know what, handle this with no kind of experience. And then the part about it within the police academy, you got them training them like soldiers going to Iraq. You don't got them in there dealing with, you don't got psychology professors in there. You don't got people in there teaching them. You know what I'm saying? You training these officers like you training the military to go into combat.
So you feel what for them to go into the. I think they need more trainings. They need more something, not just no high school diploma.
I think they're dealing with so many different groups across the board. They're dealing with drug addicts. They're dealing with psych patients. They're dealing with people who have been oppressed. Like they are dealing with so many psychology, sociology, drug problems. Like you cannot go in there with 60 credits thinking with no kind of training on how to de-escalate a situation, how to come at me in such a, like, I know with just my psychology degree, which is having a BA, like that has taught me so much as far as emotional stability, how to deal with my friends, how to handle bad situations and how to keep a level head because of just my degree. But these cops don't got nothing and they out here dealing with all of these people with no PhDs, no nothing.
And not only that, Alyssa, but they dealing with people and don't understand the culture.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, you got so many problems within this, and I'm just hoping it like from when I was like how long I've been in college? Like I've been out of college for years and years. So it's like it's never changed. I know before you needed a high school diploma. Then from the high school diploma, you needed 60 credits. But from those 60 credits, they never increased the prerequisites to become a police officer. It has been 60 credits since forever. So I'm thinking like they need to change that. They need to have professors in the police academy dealing with psychology, sociology.
And I said that, I said that, man. And I said that.
I'm just saying you need to have more.
I'm listening. I'm sorry.
So I'm just saying, like, it's just it stems from. So I think a lot of it is like, if I don't listen, I've gotten jobs before where I didn't have experience, but am I gonna go for that job and feel like I can get it without the experience and they paying me 6 figures? You think I'm not gonna go for that job and secure my future with no experience on the job?
I take the chances.
Hello, exactly, and that's what a lot of these officers are doing. They thrown in the ghetto, and they never even saw a black person in life.
Yeah,
and then they coming in based on the media and what they seeing on TV.
Yeah,
and meeting a quota.
Derek Chauvin Vin was the police officer that got arrested, the one that nailed his knee into George Floyd's neck. He was charged 3rd degree murder.
3rd degree?
Yes.
Manslaughter.
Right.
Think
you murdered him.
He murdered him. Period. So now they have evidence. They said we got new evidence. We think he was under the influence. He was on some type of drugs. So now they're kind of throwing different stuff in it. So do you think that this man is going to serve time? Do you think this man is going to serve time? Do you think justice will be served?
Okay, so was probably, I don't know. I I'm not even going to take a wild guess at it because, depending on your skin color, man, you innocent until proven guilty. You guilty until proven innocent. That's the privilege of being white and black, right? If his techniques, they're going to bring some expert witnesses in there to make sure that his techniques were properly, how he was doing it with the knee on the neck and things like that. I don't know, man. If anything, he might do sometime, but it's not going to be 15 years or 20 years or something like that. I don't know. My guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what my answer is.
I know what your answer is, E. He's on probation.
He is not getting no time if probation. Okay? That's what my answer is. I don't believe he's getting no time because you know what? I read the reports. I read the coroner's report. I read the complaint that the district attorney wrote up. And I believe, like they always do, the white privilege, the white society, I believe that the district attorney who's going to prosecute, quote unquote, Derek, I believe they're giving the defense attorney a leg up and letting them know, wink, wink, we got you. Yeah. And they inserted some things within that complaint.
What's on video, E? It's on video. The video don't lie. Like he was murdered, period.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate for you. Let me play devil's advocate defense attorney for you for a second. Let me play devil's advocate for you. Now, let's just say like what they said in the complaint, and I'm telling you what they said in the complaint. I'm falling on the ground. He's resisting arrest. He's falling on the ground.
Well, we never seen that. We never seen him resisting arrest.
But you didn't. I know, but that's the part. That's the point. You didn't see, but you only saw the part when he's on the ground. You didn't see before. Was he falling on the ground? Do you know if he was resisting arrest before? We don't.
Right. No, you don't know.
And that's where the cops are gonna go left with this. That's where they're gonna say, and I saw the complaint, he fell on the floor. He's 250 pounds. He was on drugs. He could have had alcohol in the system. You know what I'm saying? He's 6'7". He was falling on the floor. He said, I'm claustrophobic. I can't get in a police car. I'm not getting in that police car.
Yeah, so
now I'm having delirium. Now he's like excited. He's like Incredible Hulk. He's crazy. He's going crazy now. And it's only 4 cops, and they had to restrain him to contain him. And in the midst of them containing them,
say none of that. The video for me, the video don't say none of that. This man was on his neck for almost 8-9 minutes until he died. So he had no breath in his body.
So that's the part right there. That's the part right there. That's the part right there that because I understand both sides, but the part where if he's calm, if he's not resisting the arrest, and you still continue to rest his knee on his neck, that's the part where it might hurt him, regardless of what.
I think that's going to hurt him, but do I think that's going to get him locked up if they find out? They already said in the complaint. I'm just saying, the little clues that we need to pay attention to that they put in the complaint, one of the clues is possible drugs, possible alcohol. Now they're gonna say that led to him being wild. He's kicking. He got his hands cuffed, but he's kicking me. He don't want to get in the car. So now it's just they got that. Now the other clue is he's claustrophobic. He didn't want to get in the car. He's scared. Now he doesn't. They mentioned in the complaint, and another prosecutor said that why would the complaint mention that he's 250 pounds? Why would they put his weight in there? Why would they put his height in there? And these are prosecutors. I can see the defense saying this, like, oh yeah, he's this. The prosecutors put his weight and his height in the complaints.
How tall is he?
He was 6'5". And listen, here's another thing that they're gonna come out with. You know, he was a porn star. Yes, they put in it, and that's and you know, I looked it up.
I heard about that.
I looked it up, but that to me, he was having a good. I looked at the porno video. He's having a good time. Let me tell you something. He's in there smiling. He's like, my name is Big Floyd. I'm from Houston. Like, I didn't see the part because they cut it off where he's going in, where he's smashing or whatever.
Right.
But to me, he looked like happy. He looked, and then I remember one of the other guys, because it looked like they were going to do some swingers thing or something. But the other guy, he sounded white behind the camera. And he was like, you know, why they call you Big Floyd or whatever. And then he's basically like, you're really big. Like, you could see in the video, like, he's big. He's definitely a tall man. So I don't know how tall he was, but he's obviously, like, the way you could see him on the video, he's tall. He's big. And I just think in the complaint, they mentioned these things that had these are things that they mentioned in the complaint as a prosecutor that the defense should have mentioned. You don't put that, and I'm trying to get this guy prosecuted, and you mentioning his weight, he's claustrophobic. He's like, I just think they put so much in that complaint, which gave the defense attorneys a leg up.
Right.
Get him off. I just do not believe, I feel like it's going left already.
Yeah. Based
on a coroner's report. Like, even them, like, how do you say in a coroner's report that he has drugs in his system? He possibly has drugs in his system. Either he does or he doesn't. What you mean like, you don't even have the toxicology report back? And you talking about he got drugs? He possibly has drugs in his system?
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna get convicted. I don't think any of them are gonna get convicted.
So, big question. Do you think that we will see change anytime soon?
You know what? Yes. Hopefully in our generation, hopefully in our time. I mean, we never thought we'd see a black president, but then we got one.
Yeah.
So at this point, I mean, the good thing about awareness, right, in this generation, that we have technology, and technology allows us. It's a gift and a curse, but the gift of it is it allows us to spread awareness, right? Back in the day, they didn't have technology. They had word of mouth, right? And traveling and stuff like that. But you can see people are like, yo, we are not having it. We are not having it. It hits more and it's more personal when you're watching it up close and personal. Now everybody has a phone. Before it was the news, and whatever the news show, that's what we have to believe. Right. So to answer your question, yes, I do believe that we will see a change. It's just we're going to have to go through some rough times. Now, I don't know how long the rough time is going to be, but it's starting in 2020. The start was 2020.
Yeah. I'm going to say this. we usually do our final thought. I'm gonna just say my final thought, right? I think the prosecutors, the police, the mayors, governors, the message is, what are you sending to the world? You know what I'm saying? That before you agree to make an extension of change, before you hold police accountable, you allow this nation to simmer and burn. So I think they all got to think about that and make change, period. It has to start with the prosecutors, police, mayors, and the governors. That's where we're going to really start seeing some type of change. Now we can do the protesting and all that. That's our part. Let's play our part, even our platforms. While we're talking on our YouTube, it brings awareness, it brings conversation. But I think ultimately it's going to start with them. It's going to have to start with them to make some type of change. And so that's my final thought. My thoughts and my prayers are with George Floyd, rest in peace. And I hope that we really get some good information today from B. Thank you for joining us, taking time out to come on our show. I really appreciate you. And E, your final thought?
Okay, my final thought is like basically what you said about as far as the political, like, you know, they need to change the prosecutors, but I think the changes need to be like separately but collectively within different groups. Like, I just think as the Black community, we got to change within ourselves as far as, like I said, taking notes from the Jewish community. We all need to be a unit. We all need to vote those in office that we feel is going to benefit us and, you know, do what we need to, you know, to help us along the way and overcome this oppression. We need to come together as a group. We need to have people on the police force. We need to have, you know, if it's not a cop, because a lot of times, you know, we got to have our own watchdogs within, like an auxiliary cop. Like a lot of Jewish people have. We got to have an auxiliary cop on there. But I'm just saying, this comes from the Black community, the brown community. We need to have our own watchdogs. And along with having our own watchdogs within the police department, we also got to do the work within ourselves as a unit. We need to get out there and vote on the community leaders, the community, like, you know, the borough presidents, the city presidents. Like, we need to go from the bottom to the top and do it as a unit. We need the elite Blacks to step up and use their platform to gather the troops together. Because me as one person, I'm not Beyonce. I can't gather them up. But you know what? I'm holding Beyonce responsible. I'm holding Puffy responsible. Exactly. Where are you guys trickling down to me to help me, you know, help you? And we all come together as a unit. And I just think once we do that as a unit, the police department, the white population, they have no choice but to follow our lead, because we're going to withdraw funding if not. And that's where you got to hit them in their pockets, period. You can't be on Instagram with the Louis selling out Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and stuff like that. No, let's gather these troops, these same troops you getting to sell out Gucci and Louis. Right. Let's get them to vote in who we need to be voted, and to get us what we need as the Black population and the brown population. Let's get it together.
Absolutely. I agree. B, you got a final thought?
I did. Well, thank you. I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be on your show. It was a pleasure. I love this. We need more of this.
Absolutely.
Being sober. Wait a minute. I'm gonna wait to all these. All right. So being sober for 2 years really allowed me to, you know, think deep within myself, you know, and really look at myself and see the things that I need to change. And it's hard and it's rough, man, because the harsh reality hurts, you know. And I need people to understand that, yo, we are suffering. We are down as Black men. We are down on the scoreboard, right? And we are helping them keep us down by killing each other. Learn, fix your mental health. Fix your mental health. Like that for me, that's where it stemmed from. Mental health. Make sure you go into your public school district and say, we need more Black men inside of these schools that understand the culture, because it's a proven fact that when you see Black men inside of these schools, the kids excel. That's a fact, though. So, and get in tune with your children. this coronavirus, my sincere condolences go out to those who not just lost their lives through racism and through the homicide rate, but the coronavirus. We got to get healthy. It was attacking those who are really really sick and have like health issues.
Yeah.
So
but
do
you think that it's the health issues? Do you think it's our health issues, or do you think we're not getting the health care that we need as Black people?
Well,
I think
I really think we may not get the proper doctors really taking their time, but if you get free Medicaid and stuff like that, a lot of people don't even utilize that. Black men don't go to the doctors until it's a limb hanging off or a tooth is hanging off. So we can't even say we have exercised everything. We got to first exercise everything and then see if we're really getting proper care or not.
Word.
So at this point, man, I just hope everybody really learn. This is a lesson learned, man. For me, definitely.
Yes.
So, man, I love y'all. I love everyone that love the love, and hopefully we can move forward.
Keep doing what you doing, B. You motivate me. I'll be on your page like.
Yes, definitely. Keep putting in that work, class.
I appreciate it, ladies.
On TV, the big screen, because you got it.
Right.
So I support you, and I appreciate again. We appreciate you coming on the show to share your story and being very transparent. We really appreciate you, and hope we can do it soon.
Yes, we will, man. I'm here for it, man. Just let me know. I'm here for the E's. All the E's. I'm here for.
Thank you, B. We heard you.
Yes.